and thank you for clicking on this corporate overview. This audio video is designed to give you information as a top candidate for one of the positions at Agemy Financial Strategies. This information is exclusively for you because you are part of the recruiting process and a candidate under consideration right now. So what we're going to do in this information is provide you details that you're not going to find on the internet, you're not going to find in the other downloadable material. This is for only full-time job opportunities. That's W-2 full-time with benefits. This is not a contract opportunity. These are not staffing opportunities, working through a staffing company. These are full-time placement positions with Agemy in Connecticut. Now, this information is applicable to anyone coming on board the organization, and we have multiple open positions. At this point in time, we've not yet closed several positions. We need folks in client services, both advisors and representatives, some with a CFP certification, some just as CSRs. We also have an opportunity for an executive assistant. We're looking for an office manager that has both administrative, HR, and financial industry experience, and an operations manager. So there are multiple opportunities, and we're also going to ask you to let us know which positions you want to be considered for. If you are eligible to be considered for example, an executive assistant and an office manager role, then let us know and we'll consider you for both. Again, this information is given to you exclusively because of the fact that we found you, we reached out to you, or you found one of our job postings and we've already reviewed you. Now, why are we doing this? Well, first of all, this is time sensitive for us because we have multiple growth roles that need to be filled, and it's better for you. As a candidate, you're able to get information and then think about how to respond when we ask you for additional details. The typical recruiting process is very much to your disadvantage. A recruiter will set up a time to speak with you, and you'll be on the spot answering a bunch of questions. It feels like an interrogation, and if you miss anything or get it wrong, you're disqualified. This gives you a chance to think about things before you provide us additional information. Now, as I said, you've already been either pre-screened or identified somehow through your resume, your online profile. We go to Career Builder, Monster, LinkedIn, all kinds of places to find the right people. And because we have multiple openings, we're using this to speed up the process. Because now you can listen to this at your leisure, anytime. You can fast forward, rewind, listen to it a second time, and then respond when you're ready. Okay, so let me explain one other thing real quick, because you might not understand where you're at in the process. We may have already collected some information from you. We do have a questionnaire. It's a pre-interview questionnaire that we want you to complete because it gives us additional information to supplement your resume. Whether you've completed that or not, this information is now helpful for you to be able to consider your availability and interest in moving forward to next steps. One of the things that we believe is we want to empower you with enough information to decide, yes, this is a great opportunity for me. I would love to be part of this organization, this company, the mission, the purpose of the business, and empower you to be able to work on moving forward with us. So the next steps typically are, once we finish gathering your additional information through a questionnaire, we look at all your answers, we look at all the folks that are eligible for the individual positions, and we collect enough to determine who are the folks that the team wants to speak with. And then we go into next steps. That includes a quick phone call and then a video or a Zoom call, and from there into contingent offer, background check, and those kinds of things. So let me just back up for a second and ask if this sounds like you, because this is the kind of information you should be considering when you're looking for a new career opportunity with a different company. If you're looking for stability, well, you definitely want to be in a growing organization. You do not want to be in an organization that is losing people or contracting either because of the economy or a slowdown in the market or something like that. And so what we've got is an opportunity to join an organization that is absolutely growing, and we actually need more people to continue the growth pace we're on now. Also, if you're looking for a place that shares your values, okay, there's a lot of organizations out there that have various political preferences and religious point of views and other perspectives that we may or may not agree with. We're telling you that this is a faith-based company, and if that resonates with you, you might really appreciate the culture because it's consistent with your personal values. Another is, if you're looking for a professional boost to your career path, well, this is a great place to be. Not only are you learning about financial services, which you will need personally for the rest of your life, that knowledge, and just as a quick sidebar, my name's Mark. I'm a recruiting manager, and I was in the financial services industry for years when I was younger. I learned all about insurance and investments and mutual funds and portfolio management and other things, and that has been immensely valuable to me through my entire life. So there is a personal and a professional benefit from the knowledge that you gain here. Plus, the financial rewards are commensurate with your capabilities and your performance because of the bonuses and the other way in which compensation is structured. So if you're also looking for a career boost, you're wanting someplace where you can grow professionally. That means someplace where you're stretched, you're given learning opportunities and promotion in a career path. That is definitely a part of what Agemy is offering. So if all of that sounds interesting to you, then you might be the kind of person that would thrive in this kind of environment. And let me just say, this is kind of random also, but you may not be looking for a job. We might have just found you in the open marketplace. And, it reminds me of the story of Moses, where, once he escaped from Egypt, he was in the land of Midian for 40 years, minding his business as a shepherd, Old Testament story. And all of a sudden, one day, he stumbles on a burning bush and he gets this message from God that he's being called to go talk to the Pharaoh and release the Israelites from captivity. That was not on his agenda that day. And this video might not be on your agenda. This might have come out of the blue, and maybe there's a message here for you personally. So don't discount the fact that everything happens for a reason, nothing's by accident. And even if this isn't the perfect opportunity for you, maybe there's a reason you need to know about Agemy, or maybe you know of somebody that needs one of these opportunities, or maybe there's some other reason. So I would just challenge you to take a long view because your career and your income is your greatest asset. When you look at all of the money that you earn over your lifetime, that is millions of dollars over a lifetime, and that is greater than the value of your house, your car, or any investment. So that means your income is your greatest asset and the thing that you definitely want to make the best decision about. So again, if you're looking for a stable organization that's growing with great values, internal culture, you want a personal and a professional boost to your career, we've got all of that. So again, my name is Mark. I'm a recruiting manager. I do work for Proforce. We're a third-party recruiting organization. We're not a staffing company. We just help find people. And this is part of our process to be able to move people and find people that are great for different organizations. So again, this is better for all of us. And we're going to walk you through the process. And we're even going to give you information to help you show up well. Okay, so the timeline here is as fast as we can go because we have multiple opportunities, because the business needs additional people, and there's growth goals and objectives for 2024. We need to continue to move forward. So let me tell you a little bit more about the business. You can download a position profile for each one of the open jobs and see a lot more about the company. But just real quick, the business, Agemy Financial Strategies, is a privately owned firm, and it exists for the purpose of helping people with their financial goals. And that's it. And the core values will emphasize the fact that there's a huge commitment to integrity, responsibility, and faith. So you don't have to have the same belief system, but you should respect and appreciate and support the kind of culture that is thriving within the organization. And I'll tell you another quick sidebar. if somebody does not fit, they're not going to thrive in the culture and the environment. If they don't have the ability to support and embrace and move with the team with their goals and objectives, then it's better that we let them go and they find another opportunity someplace. It's kind of like a sports team. When you hire 5 people for a basketball team and one of them doesn't work out, the coach doesn't, spend years trying to skill them up and make them, into a better player. They need to go find another place where they can perform. Maybe it's on a different team. So that turnover is completely normal, and it's absolutely critical for creating a dynasty team. So you're joining a team that is very focused on the best possible people in every position. Agemy's goal as an organization is to educate retirees and pre-retirees about financial decisions. Okay, that's good information for you to also have. It's purpose-based investing and helping people with generational wealth transfers. You've probably become aware of the fact that the baby boomers are passing on an enormous amount of wealth. This is an amazing time to be servicing the boomer population as they are going into the greatest wealth transfer ever. Another quick sidebar, and a lot of this is because we want you to have all the best possible information for a decision. But when you look at what the baby boomers have done over time, when they were born, all of the organizations that supported babies exploded. When they were little kids, that's when you had McDonald's and Mattel and or other kids' toys organizations become huge because the baby boomer population was so large. Well, that bulk of people over their aging years has blown up the economy in the US in every market as they age. And now they're all entering retirement and passing age. And so this is the industry to be in. So generating income for these folks as they are in retirement is a key priority. Also, the organization desires to demonstrate care, not for just the company and the employees, but also for the clients. There's an internal desire to grow. It's another priority for Agemy, as well as developing the technical skills, knowledge, and capabilities for you to be the best you can be at solving the problems of the client, and then always having a positive outlook. The culture is very, very focused on not whether or not we can do it, but how can we do it and how can we figure it out? Now, I mentioned faith-based culture. What that means in Agemy is that Agemy follows Christian principles, and that guides all the decisions that are made with relationships with team members, employees, clients, vendors, and the community. And so, whether or not you have the same belief is irrelevant, but you need to understand that if you know what the Christian community believes, they do things for a higher purpose. They get great joy. Christians have great joy in doing things for others because it's as they do it unto the Lord. And so there is a altruistic perspective on everything that's done. There's also an internal belief and commitment that everything we do is for the Lord. So there's a higher dedication for integrity and commitment and honesty and excellence in everything that's done. Also, there's a belief, and it's deeply held, that when we do things for the Lord, we are able to give a higher level of service. So customers are immensely happy. You can look at the ratings and the scores and the reputation of the business online. The culture is working and the clients love it. So core values. Organizations don't always have core values, but mature organizations do. The core values for Agemy include excellence, integrity, efficiency, commitment, passion, caring, and teamwork. And you can read a little bit more about all of those in the downloadable position profile. Okay, so I want to kind of wrap things up. I want to draw your attention again to the fact that we've got multiple open roles, and that's at this point in time. But as the organization continues to grow, we're going to interview people and put them on a list for as openings come up as well. So account specialist, client service representatives, and advisors. We do need an executive assistant We've got growth opportunities for new positions as the organization continues to thrive, an office manager and an operations manager. So please look at the information that's downloadable because it covers multiple pages of benefits, total rewards, perks, and bonuses. Okay, there's a rich financial structure and compensation structure with rewards, including medical, dental, vision, life insurance, voluntary life, short-term, long-term disability, all of the things you would expect, and professional growth and development opportunities and bonuses and rewards. So I'm not going to take the time to go over all that right now because you can read through it, but understand that that is super market competitive, and it also rewards you for personal and team performance. So why Agemy? Why should you consider this type of an opportunity? Well, from my personal perspective as a talent acquisition professional for decades, I would say that number one, if you're looking for an opportunity that has kingdom purpose, long-term, eternal value, the money's good. Of course, the money's good, and the career's good, and the growth in the industry is fantastic. However, getting rewarded for what you do and making a difference makes the job meaningful. And that means you go home every day feeling like you accomplished something that has long-term value. So building eternal rewards and being able to help people is priceless. Of course, there's career growth. There's organizational growth. We're already experiencing that. We don't have turnover of customers. We have ongoing new expansion of services and new customers. There's multiple businesses, and so there's multiple opportunities for lateral and higher level promotions. Plus, as an investment financial services industry professional, you're in a critical time when this business industry is exploding because of what the boomers are doing. So there's a challenging growth environment that will make you more valuable professionally for the rest of your life. And then finally, to be able to make impact. I mean, a lot of people just have a job where they just go to work every day and they're able to come home and, check out. But in this environment, you make a difference every day when you're dealing with people that are so appreciative of your insight and the role that you play on a team. The business has a culture and an environment that is, for the right person, a wonderful place to be. And then for you to be part of succession planning and career pathing, you've got a long-term opportunity in a growth industry and a growing organization. So why Agemy? Well, for all those reasons. Why now? Well, as I said, because of all the sectors you could be in professionally. If you could get into the financial services sector, this is the place to be because of what's happening with the market. And whether or not the stock market goes up or down, or we have a decline in the economy or recession, doesn't matter. People need the help with their financial decisions and preserving wealth, transfer of wealth, managing retiree income, etc. So this need is not going to go away. It's just going to continue to increase. And that is the type of place you want to be. So why now? Because now is the best time out of the last 60 years to be in this industry. And then the last question is why you? Well, you need to answer that. Why are you the right person to be here? And we're going to give you a chance to tell us. And when you complete a questionnaire, you send us additional information about you, don't be shy. We want to hear from you. Anything that's not on your resume that might be compelling, that would help us make a great decision. Like I said, we need multiple people. We've got multiple opportunities. So please give us information about any prior experience that it might be relevant that's not on your resume, and take time to answer the questions because we read them all. And actually, it's kind of more important than your resume because we're asking for very specific things. So sell yourself is what I'm telling you. All right. So next steps as we wrap this up is we look at all the information you provide and how you respond. Give us a couple days because we've got a lot going on, but we are absolutely going to respond. And we're going to make a promise to you that even if you're not the right fit or you find another opportunity, we're going to give you some information, some tools and resources that will help you in your career search, in your job transition, things like resume development and how to interview well and those kinds of things. We will do that as a thank you to you professionally for you even taking time to be part of this process. So that's a promise we make to you, and we would just challenge you, don't get discouraged if you're looking for a job or you're in transition or you're looking for the right place, because there is a right place for everybody and you want to bloom in the right environment. So we appreciate your time. We thank you for your interest in these opportunities and the business of Agemy. You now have a lot more backstory about the organization and what's going on and why it's well positioned and why it's an aggressive growth environment and why we're so picky about the types of people, because when you come on this team, we want you to be thrilled with the coworkers you have. Okay, so thank you again so very much, and we look forward to getting your information and seeing you in the process.